We have some people that arrived a little bit early.
Now you're getting me a bit, nervous. I might be sweating in my boots.
I hate to do this to you, but we have 30 minutes left. Welcome to Van vs. Chef. I'm your host, Evan Johnson, and behind us we have a Mercedes Sprinter van built by Vanspeed. And we know while cooking on the road there's plenty of obstacles, and being in a small kitchen is just one. So we've invited Chef Sarah Glover to come out and cook with us. She has a new cookbook out. She's worked with the likes of Gordon Ramsay and Martha Stewart, to name a few. We thought this would be a good challenge for her to really see what she can cook in a van. Sarah, it's great to see you.
Evan, I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So, as you know, we invited you out here to cook for some friends that we have coming later.
Yep.
You're going to be preparing a 3-course meal.
Right, three courses.
We have a couple challenges that we're throwing your way.
Of course you do.
Are you up for it?
I'm up for it. I'm here.
Awesome. So before we dive into that, we have this van you've had for a few days, and I kind of want to hear a little bit about your experience with it.
I have had so much fun driving this van around. I've been getting little waves from other van people on the road.
Awesome.
I parked it up on the side of the road the other day because I thought I better just get a little familiar with the kitchen because I knew you were going to throw me some challenges and I wanted to feel confident. But probably some of my favorite things about this van would definitely be the way this table folds up so you get extra countertop space. I also like that the induction cooktop is actually a 2-burner. So for me, I feel like I've got this one.
Perfect. Well,
bag.
you'll be putting that to use today, so I'm excited.
Me too.
You up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge.
Okay, you have 3 hours to cook a 3-course meal.
Okay.
Also, you're gonna have to forage some ingredients because you're gonna need to use one foraged ingredient for each meal you're preparing.
All right, I'm a little nervous.
You should be,
Okay.
but we're gonna make it a little bit easier on
Oh,
you.
thank goodness.
So, we have 3 options for you to help you out.
Okay.
A, you have an extra hour of cook time.
Right,
B, a second helper.
right.
Or C, you can use a brio, but you can only cook the protein or the dessert
Only the protein and dessert on the
brio. Everything else has to be cooked inside the van.
Well, you gotta know me, Evan. I'm gonna pick the brio, aren't I? I love a bit
Sounds
of
good.
open fire cooking.
All right.
So Evan gave me a call. He invited me to come up here in this awesome van. So I made a little road trip up. I knew I was gonna be cooking for some people. But he did mention there were gonna be some challenges, which I was not expecting. To be honest, I'm maybe a little bit nervous about them, but hey, I'm here to have a good time, so let's just make some fun of this.
All right, Chef, a big part of what you do is setting the table, making a comfortable space for your guests. Tell me a little bit about the process.
I think for me, when I go to set the table, I try not to overthink it because I like to kind of be in the moment. So wherever I park my car up or wherever the event's being held, I tend to kind of draw from the environment around me. So it could be the trees or the flowers or the people or river, and then I sort of build the experience from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go into town,
All
get you
right.
some supplies, and then when we get back, I have a challenge for you.
I'm here for it.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right.
A big part of what I love to do is actually bring the elements of your home into the outdoors. So it kind of creates for me like that warm environment. It's a bit like being around a campfire as well. And so setting the table is like a big part of that. And so collecting little bits and pieces along the journey is wonderful because my favorite thing is also being able to take them home to my own personal house. And I remember the people that have been around the table. I remember the shopkeeper that I met. I remember the conversations we've had, and you build upon that with these, these items that you've collected along the journey. So I've picked some beautiful little napkins and some lovely bowls that I'm gonna set the table. I'm really excited, I can't wait.
You're back.
Oh my gosh, I had the best time at the shop. I'm gonna set the table, it's gonna look amazing.
Awesome. Well, don't get too excited because we have to go over the ingredients first. You're here to cook a 3-course meal.
Yes, I am.
You have your appetizer, your main, and your dessert.
Right.
And if all that wasn't enough, we have some CUTWATER secret ingredients that you must include in each dish.
Oh, now I'm nervous.
Tuna for your appetizer. Macaroni for the main,
Okay.
and tortilla chips for your dessert.
Okay, now you're getting me a bit, nervous. I might be sweating in my boots.
It's all right. So before we do that, I'm gonna have you forage for some ingredients that you're gonna be using on each one of these dishes.
Right, okay, yep, foraging, got it.
All right, Sarah, it looks like you made some progress.
I did. I am really excited about tonight's dinner.
Yeah, it looks crazy. There's a lot going on in here.
Yes, there is, but there is method to my madness.
Okay, good.
Okay, so for my starters, I have foraged these beautiful new season plums.
Great.
Okay, and I know it looks a little random because somehow I have to pair it with this tuna, but where my head is at with it is I'm gonna slice this beautiful sourdough bread.
Great.
I'm gonna pan sear it, and then I'm gonna make like a salsa almost, like an avocado, Roman tomato, plum, chive, onion, salsa, and I'm gonna mix it with my tuna. And I'm just gonna serve it really simply on a little bit of bread, and hope it tastes delicious.
Yeah, I trust you.
Do you?
Yeah,
okay, good.
I trust you.
All right, so that's my starters. And then for my main dish, what the heck, I have got these beautiful,
Massive.
oh my gosh, tomahawk steaks, which I'm so excited. So I'm gonna hang these over the fire. It's kind of one of my specialties. So I hope I can do it justice today. I've got some string here that I'm actually gonna tie around the bone. I'm gonna hang them and smoke them over the coals. And I'm gonna be serving it with, actually I'm gonna do a charred lettuce salad. And the item I foraged, I've actually foraged a few items here. I've got these beautiful peaches.
Those look
so
great.
I thought I would char the lettuce. I'm gonna slice these open. I'm just gonna sear them over the grate of my brio. And I'm gonna turn this into a beautiful salad. I'm gonna finish with these nasturtium flowers. So,
And those are edible?
They sure are. And you've probably seen these on your travels on the side of the road. They grow everywhere. And as long as they've got a clean water source, they're pretty good to harvest. So I'm gonna make a salad with that. And then I've obviously got to use the macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
So I've got my macaroni and then I've got the bacon. So I'm kind of gonna do like a double up on pork and beef. And so I'm gonna make, I'm gonna sear my bacon in the pan, but I thought I would do something fun. And this is what we call a lemon leaf. Can you smell the aroma from it? So all the oils are opening up in the leaf. And sometimes I love to do this. I get like a pan and I put some butter in it and I throw some lemon leaves in there and give it a little bit of time to get a tiny bit of flavor. So I'm gonna do that with my lemon leaves, toss my bacon in, throw the macaroni in, and Bob's your uncle. We're gonna have like a lemon bacon macaroni. Sounds weird. Do you trust me?
I trust you. I think you can do this.
Okay, and then for dessert, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. For dessert, I have picked these beautiful new season cherries. I mean, how incredible are these? Do you want to try one? You want to try one? Oh my gosh, these will they just pop in your mouth. They're a sensation. So we're gonna do
super sweet.
I know, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna pit the cherries and then I'm actually gonna do like a cherry base. So I'm gonna reduce the cherries down and I'm gonna put them in the base of my pie dish with some chocolate and I'm gonna throw the marshmallows on top and finish it with a crumb of corn chips.
So you know you have 3 hours to do this, right? You've already probably a half hour into your time.
I know I really need to get cooking. So I mean, I'm thankful I've got some basic ingredients to work with.
Yeah, so this is basically what you would travel with?
This is pretty much what I would travel with. And what I've got is some sugar, some eggs, butter, flour, extra virgin olive oil, and also some yeast. So there's like a rising agent that I've got to work with. I've got a flour that I can work with. I've got some sort of dairy item, which is sour cream. You could do cream, sour cream, creme fraiche, milk. As long as you've got something to play around with, you can build a lot from there. So you're kind of annoying me because you're in my van right now.
I'm in your space. I'm in your space.
I'll let you get
going. I'll let you get to it.
But first, are you excited to try this?
I'm excited to try everything.
Okay.
Yeah, this
is
gonna be great.
Do you believe in me?
I believe in you. I know you have your work cut out for you, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Is this like Ready, Steady, Cook?
I guess, yeah, go.
Australia, if you can't tell by my accent. I grew up on a little island called Tasmania, and one of my favorite things to do as a kid was just like pack the car up with your surfboards and some buddies and like go on an adventure. And quite often I really never knew what I was gonna cook. And actually my very first cookbook I wrote, I didn't pre-plan it. I didn't pre-write my recipes. I would just grab some produce while I was on the road, and whatever I came up with, that became my recipe. So this is like my jam. This is what I love to do. I grab like that kind of creative inspiration comes to me when I'm on the road. I draw from nature, from the people I meet, from obviously the produce we've harvested, and then also the people that join me at the table. I feel like they bring so much energy to it, and that really inspires me.
Chef, we're 60 minutes in. How's it going in here?
Okay, I can't believe we're 60 minutes in already. Steaks are on. My cherries are currently reducing down. I've had a little bit of a problem.
What's that?
Well, I wanted to cook this in here, but it doesn't fit anymore.
Doesn't fit.
So my idea to make a pie, it's kind of gone out the window now. I think I'm just gonna have to break this thing up.
Okay, so you're making an audible.
I don't really know what you would call it. It's like a deconstructive pie. So now my base is just gonna go like this, and I'm really gonna hope that.
How confident are you that this is gonna work?
You know, I really like experimenting.
Okay.
You know, 90% of the time it works out. But I gotta say, those corn chips have thrown me, mate.
Oh, they're coming soon too. So, it sounds like you got your hands full. I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, I've only got 2 hours, right?
2 hours.
I mean, I hope they don't turn up early.
We'll see.
Ah!
All right, Chef.
Thank you.
Knock, knock.
Hello.
Sarah. Okay, I hate to do this to you, but we have 30 minutes left.
All right, I think I'm really ready.
How are you feeling?
Well, the steak needs a little more time, and I haven't even started the appetizers yet, but I'm feeling good.
Good. Well, since we have so much time left in your cooking experience, I want to talk a little bit about your book.
Yes.
So can you just kind of like lead me through this and what this was about?
So this is all about me traveling through the USA. So it's my wild American road trip called Open Skies. I think one of my favorite things about travel is experiencing food and culture and sort of combining those together, because obviously as a chef, I like to be able to taste things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of injection in there around like Native American cuisine and how they kept the food going as well by traveling with it, by nurturing the heirloom varieties, and I had so much fun.
That's awesome. So how is this experience any different from the experiences you had on the road?
I think this experience obviously is a little different because I'm cooking for some people that are turning up, but it's still very much on par for what my like values are, and that is, you know, cooking for people, meeting people on the road, meeting locals, and having a celebration together around that, and you know, and being able to tell that story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get your hands dirty.
I sure am getting
I'm
my
getting
hands
ready to
dirty.
eat, so I'm excited.
Are you eating?
I hope
thought
so.
I was just cooking for 6 people. Joking.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it.
Okay.
Sarah,
Yes.
I hate to do this to you. We have some people arrived a little bit early.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I just have not got anything ready for my appetizer yet, which I guess is kind of the first thing.
Okay.
So I better get cooking. Can you distract them by giving them a drink, like
Sure.
a cold water or something? Like, I'm thinking maybe a like a margarita.
Margarita, you got it.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
All right, guys, thanks for coming out. We have Chef Sarah Glover here today, and what you don't know is for the last 3 hours, she's been working her ass off in the van, preparing a dinner for you guys. We've set her up with some challenges, and I think you guys are gonna be pleased with what she came up with, but I'll let Sarah explain what she did. Sarah, come on out.
Hi, I'm Sarah. So thank you for coming tonight. Yes, they did throw me some challenges. Okay, so one of my challenges was a surprise ingredient that I had to include in tonight's dish, in every dish that I have for you. And this one was a canned tuna. So I hope you all like tuna. And the other element is I had to forage for something in the garden, and that was new season plum. So I just have a little bit of bruschetta here with a tomato and tuna salsa and a little bit of the new season plum in there with some avocado, and then I foraged obviously the plum, but the bonus item on there, I thought I might get extra points, is I've got some nasturtium and some broccoli flower that sprouted. So the other fun thing is I basically had to work with the ingredients they gave me. So, you know, it was a challenge, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Give us your honest feedback with a little bit of love at the end. Enjoy. All right, guys, so
Thank you, Chef.
CUTWATER did throw me a few surprises. As I told you before, I had tuna to work with the last dish. And this one was mac and cheese. And as you can tell by my accent, I am not American. So this is a very new territory for me. So I hope that I did it justice. I did put a little bit of a twist. I cooked it on the campfire. I added some bacon to it. And as you can see, we've also got the tomahawk steak. So I did make a chimichurri. Like I said, I had limited ingredients to work with. So unfortunately I had no parsley, but this is like more of a stronger, slightly oregano chimichurri. And then I've also charred some lettuce with some peaches that I foraged, and then I've got some flowers from the garden. So there's a mixture of the coriander that's gone to flower, some of the broccoli flowers in there, also some wild fennel, and some nasturtium as well with some peaches. So I hope you guys enjoy this one.
All right, Chef, talk us through what you have here for this dessert.
All right, so my surprise ingredients was corn chips.
All right.
And I foraged the cherries from the garden. And I was given a pie crust, marshmallows, and some chilled chocolate. So I didn't want to just do traditional s'mores, so I kind of did a deconstructed cherry pie. First time ever doing it. I cooked it on the fire in a cast iron pan. So I'm confident that it's gonna be okay. I mean, it looks interesting, but hey.
It looks great. One other thing I noticed you cooked on the fire was the macaroni.
I was hoping you would have noticed that.
I noticed.
Well, technically, the bacon is protein, right?
I'll let it slide this
Yeah,
time.
thank you.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks so much.
And that concludes this episode of Van vs. Chef. Catch you on the next one.